Hi, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Too Opinionated, number 65.
66.
No, 65! Come on, man.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's your question?
I've been wondering this every time I edit one of yours. Why don't you say episode? Why don't you say edition?
Do I say edition?
Every single time. Yeah.
You want me to
episode.
You want me to change it to episode?
Well, edition's kind of old. Like, it's just kind of old sounding.
Hey. I'm an old school guy, but if you want episode, man, all you had to do was ask. It's done. It's changed.
Here. All right, listen to this.
Show me what you're thinking.
All right, I'll do yours first.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another special edition of Too Opinionated, where I would go, hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Too Opinionated.
All right. So, does our audience prefer one or two?
Well, they probably
One or two.
prefer yours because our audience tends to be kind of old.
Now, come on. Don't insult our audience.
Great.
Don't insult our audience. Our audience ranges from the age of 8 to 88.
No, I'm giving all of them what they want. A millennial who has no hold bars.
So, episode 65, we got something kind of special this time, right? So we're a podcast that is kind of based on the the different generation that we both come from, and it gives us different viewpoints on all the geeky things that we talk about, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You're supposed to answer when I quit talking. So last week we
did.
It was a little delay. Oh, I like your background. So last week we got to
Terry the Platypus.
Yeah, I recognized him. I like that. We got to spend time last week with another podcast that's very similar to ours in that they also have a Generation Gap. So their show is called Generation Gab. And it has John and Chase. John is the old fogey like me, and Chase is the young whippersnapper like yourself.
The only real difference between our podcast and their podcast is theirs is actually good.
No! Well, yes, theirs is very good, but there's not a difference. I mean, ours is very good. You know, I can't tell you how many times I'm walking down the street and people were just like rolling down their windows and saying, "Hey, Too Opinionated, awesome," stuff like that.
So I had a joke I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
But
did you freeze up telling me a joke?
I remember that my sister had. No, I'm right here. I'm here.
Yeah, you kind of froze up. Start over. What did you remember?
Well, I was going to tell you this one joke, and then I was like, oh, wait, my sister has a baby, so I can't tell. And the punchline of the punchline of the joke is about dropping the baby in the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
so I want to do a different joke.
Yeah, okay. Tell me.
I'll do a different joke.
Tell that one. Okay,
I'll do a short one. Okay. Did you know that a piranha can eat a child in under a minute?
A piranha can eat a child in under a minute?
Yeah, like a group of piranha can eat a child in under a minute.
I did not know that. That's terrible.
Yeah. So anyway, I lost my job at the aquarium today.
That's solid. That's solid. Yeah. That's pretty good. That's at least an A-. That's pretty good.
Do you want to hear another one?
Yes,
I'll tell you this one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Just know that this is a hypothetical sister. This is the joke. You know what I mean? It's the joke.
This is not your real sisters. I got you.
Yes. So I dropped my sister's baby, and she was kicking and screaming and yelling at me that she was going to kill me and all those things. And I didn't really understand what the big deal was. I told her not to bring her baby to the Grand Canyon.
Oh,
I know.
I like the first one. That one was terrible. Boo. Boo.
that one. I didn't make these up.
Oh, that was awful. Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, so this I think everybody's going to enjoy this one. We had such a great time recording the episode. That's
yes. What?
That was your cue. When I stop talking, you talk. Is this your first podcast? Oh Lord, he's frozen up. At least it froze up on a good picture of Brett. Yeah, that's a good looking picture. Well, I guess as usual,
your audio is skipping.
You just need to stop talking. As usual, I'm just going to have to do this on my own.
Oh, can you not hear me?
No, you sound terrible.
Wait, what? Oh, because you froze up too. Oh.
It's your end. I'm moving just fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you're froze. Oh, my Lord. All right, everybody. I hope you enjoy this team up of award-winning podcasts, Generation Gab and Too Opinionated. It starts right now.
No way.
So, how do we start this? Do we start it like do we both start?
What do we do?
Maybe we should both start our podcast.
This is uncharted territory.
Let's both start our podcast at the exact same time so that we just talk over each other.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good. Actually, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Brett, you do ours. So somebody count it down.
All right, I'll count it. Oh,
2, 3.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Generation Gab. My name is John Lehr, and I'm a fun Gen X dad.
Excuse me.
My name's Chase O'Donnell, and I'm a fun millennial semi-recent grad. That was good.
That was good.
That was the perfect greeting.
We're doing something that's a first, at least on Generation Gab. I don't know about you guys, but we are simulcasting
Unbelievable.
With another podcast called Too Opinionated, and our friends. I've appeared on their podcast, or not appeared. But
you were a guest.
I was a guest. Thank you, Chase.
You somewhat appeared, virtually appeared.
And wait, now you guys are in Virginia? Is that right?
West Virginia.
West Virginia, right?
You know, we take a lot of offense to that. Come on.
I know. Listen, I'm from Kansas City, Kansas, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Our president said the Kansas Chiefs, everybody in Missouri, basically decided that they were going to destroy him. That was the worst thing you could say. Was the Kansas Chiefs. Well, it's so good to be here, you guys. Chase, isn't this exciting?
This is so exciting. I've never done a simulcast. And I've done lots of podcasts in my day. So this is a first. A lot of millennials have podcasts. It's just like a thing.
Is that true, Brett?
I'm not even sure if we've done this simulcast. We've done so many. Dad, have we done this before?
Well, so we have done podcasts with other podcasters, but we've never simulcast. We have recorded it and then sent to them.
Of course.
So they were more like guests on our show. There wasn't a team effort.
But this is a pure, nobody's in charge. We're both driving the bus.
Chaos.
So we've had a thread going for weeks now, and it took us a very long time to actually set up this time to talk. So we're very excited that we're all able to be here. And we decided a fun conversation to have would be, I think it was Michael's idea or Brett's. One of you decided.
I'm sure it was Dad's. Yeah.
That it would be fun to talk about the difficulty of podcasting or tech issues. Why don't you explain it?
Well, first of all, Chase, I think you and I were not the problem with the delays. It's not our fault. I'm not going to point anybody out, but it wasn't us. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Bob's fault either. I'll just say that.
Oh yeah, Bob, our producer and legal assistant and fact checker, is also on with
I
us.
know,
Hi,
Brett.
Bob.
We need a fact checker.
Yeah, well, he is expensive. We had to give him a full package, including health benefits.
Well, I heard that episode, and you guys are not good negotiators.
No,
I
no.
think
Don't
not.
don't let them know that. Don't let 'em
So, yeah, so the idea, I think, today was to talk about some of the difficulties with podcasting, because everybody thinks that you can just pick up a microphone and everything runs smoothly and you just podcast, and it's just not that easy, especially if you deal with guests. Then it gets a little hairy.
And this is something our two podcasts share. If you have one member who's a little older, like me and Michael, and guests that are more millennial based, like Brett and Chase, I would say, I mean, don't you think, Michael, that the millennials, I mean, Chase does a lot more for the podcast than I do. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just show up. Brett does all the work. That was, John, that was the reason we wanted to do this, because the ideas behind our podcast are very similar.
Right. Yeah. We both have the same age range, we're both hitting the same demos.
Which, by the way, if you Google Generation Gab, you get Generation Gap. It autocorrects to Generation Gap.
Damn them.
Yeah, I know.
Damn them.
Well, but that's the thing. It's a play on the word gap,
Right.
right?
Somebody needs to tell Google.
Well,
Yeah,
Michael,
somebody needs to tell Google.
that's not even the worst part of our situation, because we have discovered there's another Generation Gab podcast.
Yeah, they
And it's-
copied us.
And they're really nice. It's a granddaughter and her grandmother, and they discuss things. And we're trying to get them on as
You need to have them on.
Yeah. We
If
do.
it helps,
Brett, do we have a
when
Too
you search up
Opinionated rival?
Meisterkhan, Dad,
Sorry, go ahead. I know.
if it helps, when you Google Meisterkhan, it says sorry, no results. So
Oh,
I hope that
my
helps.
That's not
I'm
true.
so sorry.
Your sister set it up.
Michael, not Michael, Brett, what's it like working with your dad?
Bad. It's not fun. It's real bad.
Come on.
You know the biblical version of hell? It's a little bit like that.
Why? What's
like
the
a nice
worst thing
way.
he does?
Screams. Screams a lot.
Look at him. He has had a smile on his face since I've met him. I've not seen him not smile.
Would you
No,
say
not
that
me
he's
screaming.
just too
Just loud.
opinionated?
I'm very opinionated.
Snap.
Yeah, that's
FOMO.
You know,
That's not what that means. That's not what you're
I know what that means.
That was the wrong place to say FOMO.
It just came to my head, Chase. It was the only millennial term you've taught me that came to my head.
Fear of missing out. That's what it means.
Yep, fear of missing
Yes.
out, which Chase is right, has nothing to do with that conversation, but it was all I had. It's all I had.
That's okay.
Good job.
You're a hundo P.
Yeah, Chase, do you see part of our issue, I think, is that I tend to over prepare, and Brett is more fly by the seat of his pants, show up, the second the podcast starts, that type of thing. You guys have that problem?
Yes,
Come on.
I do tons and tons of research. I break everything down into very specific outlines. I mail them to and I don't even know if she looks at them.
He mails them in the mail.
Yeah, I mail them in the mail, so they come
And,
after we record.
And I don't do anything.
Yeah, from personal experience, John, I can tell you for a fact she does not read any of it. Yeah.
I prepare. I read articles. That's all I really do is I read articles and I earmark them, or not earmark them, but earmark them. Anyway, I mark them. I put them in a little place where we can read them if we ever need them.
Yeah, and they're very good articles.
And I booked a couple of guests.
Yeah,
Hey, nice.
some great guests.
But
So-
Chase, oh my God, Chase booked the best guest we've ever had last episode. For your listeners, our show is about the similarities and differences between Gen X, represented by me, and millennials, represented by Chase. And Chase, who did we have on? He was awesome. You guys should have him.
We had Jonas Stillman on, and he's a Gen Z expert, and he had so much knowledge to share with us. He brought something that we had never brought to our podcast before, which is interesting because we do talk about generations, but we had never gone into that much depth. It was very fascinating.
Well, that's cool.
He's kind of, I mean, I like him, but he kind of rubs my fur the wrong way only because he's 20 years old. He's had a book published by HarperCollins. He's CEO of a company. He's handsome. He's
He can live anywhere. He travels all over the world.
Chase is
Brett,
smitten
why are
with
you
him.
rolling your eyes?
It's hard being 20. You know,
You hate him, don't you?
I hate him a little bit. Yeah, I don't
How can you
want to
not?
say it's probably his dad's money, but yeah.
I think he seems like self-made, doesn't he, Chase?
Well, he works with his dad, so
Yeah,
there's
hey, John, how
definitely.
about you shut it? Because we don't want to talk about that.
Brett, are you 20? Are you 20?
Yeah, I'm 20.
No, you're not.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
1999. Yep.
So you're Gen Z, 1999. Holy shit! Oh my God, I was newly sober, and we were in our apartment in West Hollywood in this amazing apartment. Chase, you would have loved it.
oh, I'm sure.
The El Mirador. It was It was a huge 1-bedroom apartment for $800 a month, rent controlled.
Wow.
Vaulted ceilings, hardwood floors. It was amazing.
Yeah, nice.
Amazing.
Rent control.
Well, in 1999, my dad was newly drunk. So
No, come on.
You
Well,
were
maybe.
Michael,
No,
were you in the room when he was born?
You know, I still have nightmares about it.
That's a hard.
Well, his sister was natural, but he was a C-section, and I made the mistake of looking behind the curtain.
No, never. You
Oh,
never
no.
look behind the curtain.
I've never gotten over it.
Oh,
Awful.
because
Michael, I made the same decision. Yeah, never
Oh.
did.
you're never supposed to do that, you
Oh
guys.
my gosh.
he has never looked me in the eyes.
Because he looked you in the eyes at your first time, and every time he looks at your eyes now, he remembers like all of your mom's innards laying on her chest.
That's
Right?
it.
That's what they do. They take all the. Oh,
Actually,
because
my name, Brett, is actually a Nordic name for, oh God, what have I seen?
I'm not sure that anybody should be giving birth. I mean, do they know what happens? It's, oh my gosh.
Oh, and the afterbirth, the placenta. We've talked about that, right, Chase?
Yeah.
It's oh my God! It's this thing comes out of your wife that's just nobody
Actually,
told me.
I don't know if we've talked about that.
Oh, really? Well, it looks
I
like
don't know.
It looks like a meatloaf covered in Vaseline.
Oh,
Yes.
Father.
Mm-hmm.
Face is leaning farther and farther away from children at the
It's,
moment.
you know, Brett's sister just had a baby in December, and I was lucky enough to be in the room with her.
Wow.
And I didn't, I mostly stared at the corner, but I did make the mistake again of glancing over, and that's what I saw was the placenta.
And people eat that. People in California eat that or plant it by a tree or something.
What are you guys doing out there? Come on.
We're
Hippies.
the wheels are off the wagon out here. There's nobody's in charge. Marijuana's legal. We're all locked up. Right, Chase?
Yeah, I mean, we're back on lockdown over here, so.
Oh no, it's just.
Oh, good. It's a chance. It's good to hear. I'm going back to work. So.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Wait, where is West Virginia? Are you guys open all across the board? Is everything open?
They're just starting to pull back a little bit. We were all the way open the last few months, and now we're spiking, and they're starting to.
The last few months?
Last few months.
What was it like? Did you hug people and stuff?
We didn't, but a lot of people did, didn't they, Brett?
I haven't. When was the last time you hugged somebody, Chase?
Haven't. 3 months.
I mean, except for my
Since
kids.
March.
You gotta give virtual hugs.
Yeah, you go like this, air hug.
Yeah.
Which I'm thrilled about. I'm fine not having to handshake or hug or. It's much better.
You're very guarded. You're very guarded. Chase, do you want to have children? Do you want to? You do, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that in your?
Yeah, of course.
That's yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
But so and have you ever thought, would you rather have a C-section or natural?
I mean, I don't think about it, but probably natural.
Natural? Okay, but
yes.
would you take the drugs or would you try to do it drug-free?
I would take the drugs.
Good. Isn't she
choice.
awesome? Chase is the best because that's exactly right. Do not do that doula shit where you're in your bathtub with no right, Bob? Am I right?
Bob doesn't know.
Yes, you are. You are 100% correct. My youngest daughter wanted to do that.
No.
I steered her away. Yeah.
If we've learned, yeah, go ahead, Chase.
Oh no, I was just gonna say my mom did it without any drugs.
Oh my God.
Her mom is incredible.
Yeah,
she's
amazing.
I mean, very LA because she also raised us vegetarian. Very,
Chase is an LA baby.
We're
I
LA.
really feel like if anybody here knows the pain of childbirth, it's the 4 white men talking to you right now.
Mansplaining about what should happen in a birth room. Yeah.
Oh, every once in a while, Brett.
All of us with our sweaty bat wings trying to do the man spread and explain.
You know what we've really gotten far away from is what we said we'd be talking about, which is the difficulties of podcasting.
We have
I got written right here.
Right there.
Yeah, the first problem is digressing from a topic.
Yes, that is a big problem.
Yeah, we have that trouble.
Once you get off topic, it's easy to just
rabbit hole.
You know, digressions are actually something that Dad and I fight over because I welcome them. I think they're a lot of fun, and I think Dad's more stay on topic.
He wants to get back on the train. Chase, would you say you're more digression or more you want back on topic?
I think back on topic because I think listeners get frustrated. I know as a listener, I'll be listening to a podcast, and if they don't continue their thought, I go, but wait, I wanted to know. So I try to eventually get us back on track.
Yeah, I agree.
That's funny you guys.
Yeah, that's why we have Bob.
It's funny you guys bring that up too, because in the notes I make about this show, it's always about that. It's like I have John's nickname as King Tangent. Chase is just the one that brings it all back together. That's kind of your role, you know.
But Bob, we need to figure out a way to do it in real time so that while we're digressing, like you could text us and say, "Hey, you guys, we gotta work on
or
it."
just a signal. It could just be a ear tug or a peace sign, so we know. Oh, okay, it's time.
Stick the finger up the nose.
Yeah, we'll work on
it.
Go ahead, Brett.
Yeah, I don't want to say that my way is the right way, but between Dad and I, look how much hair I have, and look how much hair he has.
I had hair till we started podcasting.
I know.
You know what, Michael? You have a good head for shave.
Hey, thanks.
You look like the kind of guy who should have a shave. Bob just shaved his head, and I saw him.
Oh, nice, Bob.
I like Bob with more hair. I mean, I support the shave, but I like him with more hair. Chase,
a lot easier.
I did not see that coming. I thought there was going to be something under there.
Well, what I always say to Brett is, I looked like that 30 years ago.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. Dad does have a good head, though. Dad has a good head and beautiful eyes. It's just the truth of my dad. My head looks like Appalachia. It's all bumpy and is gross. But his.
I had 2 daughters about 25 years ago, so imagine where my hair went. All right.
Yeah, I know where your hair went. So here's your question to get you back on. I know what our answer is, but I'll let Brett tell it. But who was the most difficult guest that you have had on? You don't have to give a name, but just some of the issues you had with that guest.
We haven't had that many. I'm trying to think who we've had. We've had my
The
wife.
most difficult?
I think my wife was the most difficult. Don't you think? Because she is so opinionated on everything, and I mean, she's fabulous.
We need to get her on Too Opinionated.
She needs to come on our show.
Let me tell you. Get ready.
It's not that she's difficult, it's that she's so strong. Like you want to listen to what she has to say, and she's so powerful.
Yeah.
It wasn't difficult. It was just like she was probably the most like, let's get back on top. Let's talk about this instead
steamroller. She's a steamroller. She'll just like, she's got something to say and she's gonna go.
And I'm the biggest fan of hers.
Yeah.
I need more of her in my life.
Yeah, it's true. She is a very powerful woman who is very helpful to other women in her life. She has lots of women who look to her for, advice and stuff.
And I see it in your daughter, John.
Oh my God.
Good luck.
My daughter and I are going to the doctor today for her 14-year-old health checkup.
Oh, I didn't know there was a 14-year-old
I didn't know that.
health checkup.
Yeah.
That's one of the big ones.
Well, we're hoping she can get pregnant next year. That's what we're hoping.
Oh well.
We gotta get those grandchildren flowing
get the
soon.
ball rolling.
Oh
No.
Brett, tell him about our difficult guests.
Oh God! If you say me,
I'm still a little shocked. All right. So there's three that come to mind. Oh gosh, you think that one guy who was just super boring? You think that was the worst?
Say John Lehr. It's okay.
Yeah. The one we did have one guest that was mind-numbingly boring.
Yeah.
I mean, brutal.
Why did you have him on then?
Well, it was as a favor, and we regretted it very quickly.
And he wasn't just boring. He wasn't just boring. He was a dick.
Was he like a blowhard?
Yeah, he was a little arrogant.
He probably blew a little hard.
He was the type of guy too that you would ask you, like I would say, well, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to. And he would say something like, what do you mean by that? I'd be like, what do you mean?
I do a lot of things. What are you talking about? A,
That's
B, C, D, E, or F.
So what did you do?
Yes.
What's your solution? How did you get around it?
I told him to eat my ass and hung up.
You did not.
You did not. No, we struggled through the interview. We tried telling jokes. We tried talking about things that supposedly he was, into. It was
we'd be like, so when did you get into making coffee? Well, actually, I make espressos.
So every single thing is just
it was. And the worst part was he was also a podcaster, and the deal was we would have him on our show and then we would go on his show. Well, after our show, he never had us on, and we weren't upset about it.
We were good. Yeah,
you probably dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
That is so funny. I'm worried he's gonna listen because of my I don't like confrontation, but I think it'll be really funny if he listens.
Well, we also had an actor on, a very well-known actor.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Brett told some, I thought, pretty hilarious little jokes, and he was having none of it.
Yeah, I killed it.
Yeah.
I absolutely killed it. He was on a show that really wasn't that great. He shouldn't have that big of a head for it. But yeah, no, he sucked.
It was a #1 show at one time. It was a big show.
Wow. Oh my God, can you type it in the chat or something?
Yeah, we need more hints.
Oh yeah. I'll put it in there.
As soon as you said #1 show, I knew it wasn't me.
Yeah, so he started out pretty good, and he had some awesome stories. It wasn't like he was all bad. But as soon as Brett started kind of joking about maybe him coming to the house and performing for his friends, he was not having any of that.
He found that
Like,
offensive.
before me
somehow.
make him sound like a stripper. No, he was a host of a game show.
Oh, Alex
But now
Trebek.
that wasn't the
Wayne
number
Brady.
Wayne Brady.
Oh, gosh. If
Drew
Wayne
Carey.
Brady turned out to be terrible, that
Drew
would break my
Carey.
heart.
Wink Martindale. Wink Martindale. We
Yes,
got
it
it.
was
We
Wink
got
Got
it.
it.
Oh, I met Wink Martindale.
And it got to a point like, he for a little while he was doing pretty good, but you could tell at some point he just lost interest. He was just done, wasn't he, Brett?
Yeah, no, he did not like me one bit. And then we had
That's why we Zoom,
Then-
so that we can see when they're getting online, because you can tell when people are surfing around online when they should be involved in the podcast. Like Chase is constantly doing other stuff. She's written an entire screenplay during our
Oh.
podcast.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
You know-
Brett's looking for work.
I forgot when we said who's our most difficult guest. I actually have a good example. It was my grandma. Not that she's difficult.
Oh, I loved her.
No,
Come
but we
on.
couldn't get her to. We kept calling her and she couldn't answer. She didn't know how to answer. And then there's a part on the episode where I'm telling her my phone number, and it's about 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times of me saying the number, and she'd repeat it back, and she'd repeat it back wrong every time.
Oh my gosh.
That was pure gold. That was gold.
I know, but wouldn't you say that was difficult?
Yes, I see what
That
you're
is
saying.
difficult.
Technically, yes.
Technically difficult.
Hey, I have a question for both podcast teams. What is your biggest weakness as a podcast team?
What do you mean?
Well, just whatever that means to you. But what do you think as a team? What do you think is your biggest weakness? Like, what do you wish you could do less or more of, or
What
differently?
do you think, Brett?
all right, like I did just say my dad, but truthfully, I'm the biggest weakness.
Come on.
No, wait, time out. Let me explain. It is me because I have a hard time fitting into my schedule. I think we could be a lot more productive if it wasn't for me.
Consistent.
From college, and
Maybe more
work,
consistent.
and all that.
You guys need a Google Calendar. You know, that's your calendar that you so that
Solves
your dad
everything.
can see when you're busy and everything.
There you go.
Yeah.
Chase uses a calendar written in pen on paper.
Well, I got Brett a weekly planner, and that did not go well.
But see, if you have a Google Cal, then you can both see what's going on with each
What do you
other's
think about that,
schedules.
Brett? Well, I will say that without Brett, we only run at about a third capacity. He definitely improves the production value.
So in answering my question, you're saying you're both the weak. The problem is that you're both weak links.
It's kind of a miracle that we have an audience at all.
Can I ask what was the inspiration to start your podcast together?
Anger.
Yeah. Yeah. So, gosh, I've been wanting to be a podcaster since I was about 16. So, about 4 years ago, a bunch of my buddies and I, we bought like $400 worth of equipment, and it never went anywhere. And then I just kept trying to get started, and it wouldn't work. So one day I was like, "Hey, Dad, I have this idea for a podcast. Would you want to do it with me?" And now a year later, it's not even close to that podcast I suggested, but we're here.
I had a lot of time.
What was the podcast you suggested?
Yeah, what was the original pitch?
So it's still called Too Opinionated, but it was more of like a 30-minute podcast where we just talk about the little inconveniences of life that we don't like. Like, I don't
That's
know,
a good
like
idea.
drinks Too hot.
People who bring 15 items to the 10 items or less checkout. Like that would be something that you don't like.
Someone that
write
doesn't
it-
use their blinker.
Yes. Or doesn't know that 3 cars should turn on a left arrow, not 2.
Yeah,
Yes.
all of those things are me, so don't.
Chase, what do you think our weakness is? Our biggest weakness as a team? I have an answer.
You
I
can't
don't-
say Bob.
I don't know if this is a weakness, but I think this is what you're going to say, that we're both so easygoing.
Yeah, but in an illness sort of
In a
way,
psychopathic way.
Yeah, like we are both people pleasers.
Yes, that's the word.
And when you have two people pleasers together, nothing gets done. Everybody's so worried about offending the other one. I mean, we like each other so much. And we're just constantly telling how much we like each other and how careful we are not to offend each other. And you know what I mean? We're just
we need some of that.
We don't have like someone that's like, knock it off. This is what you're doing at this time. Go. It's more
John,
like,
we don't have that problem.
Yeah, we're like, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries.
You guys are too opinionated. We're not opinionated enough.
Yeah, we don't have opinions.
I think we love to hurt each other's feelings. Like,
well, you guys have that unconditional love as a father-son relationship, so you're not going anywhere. You know,
yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I'm fine with my family. There's no people pleasing going on. But and even I don't feel like I have to people please to John. It's just who I am. I just am that way.
Yeah, we're mentally ill.
Yeah, we're mentally ill.
Well, I mean, you guys, as you know, our show is about generations. So I wanted to ask you, I mean, obviously you guys are different generations by definition of being a father and son. And Michael, would you call yourself a Gen Xer or a baby boomer?
See, it's a very difficult question because nobody ever seems to know the right answer. You know, I think that I inherently would identify with the baby boomers more than the Gen X.
What year were you born?
I was born in '69, which I think technically is probably not a baby boomer, but it's close.
You're a Gen Xer because I'm 65 and I'm just inside the Gen X.
Yeah.
But you see yourself as a baby boomer. Why? Why do you see yourself?
Well, you know, I've always felt like I was I think I just identified more with that generation growing up. Yeah. I was kind of an old man before I got to being an actual old man, if that makes sense.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I have friends like that who were like ready to be fathers way before I was, or ready to grow. You're the opposite of the Peter Pan syndrome. You're like a man. Right. You're ready to be a grown up. And Brett, we talked off the air, you are a millennial?
Technically, no. Technically I am a centennial is what they call it.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's what I realized listening back to the episode from last week with Jonah, who's the Gen Z expert. Mm-hmm. I realized I have lots of like cousins and family, like who I grew up with. We were all born 90s to like late 90s, and like half of us are millennials, half of us are Gen Z, but it feels like we're the same generation because we grew up together. So I guess that makes sense that there's a different word, like Zennials.
But just so we're clear, I am a 90s kid, so let's just be careful there.
Yes.
Barely
though, because when I was 8 in 99, so I feel like I did have a childhood in the 90s.
Brett only made it in the 90s by a month.
Oh, really?
November 29th.
I feel like wouldn't you classify him as a Gen Zer?
He's a Gen Z.
Yeah, because yes, because I have other cousins that were born like 2002. They just graduated high school, and we
had them on the show.
Yeah, we did.
We had them on the show. They were amazing.
A very different generation than me. Like I don't relate to if someone's in high school right now, I don't know. it's different.
It's a totally different world. And they're defined by the COVID crisis. So their rite of passage, which in our culture, high school to college is generally the rite of passage to adulthood. Theirs is the COVID crisis, the COVID epidemic. I mean, that's crazy to think about. It's just awful. Yeah, I felt bad for them. They were so sweet and so optimistic about the world, and they're like sitting on a time bomb. They're so screwed. I feel terrible.
They're so sweet, though.
I know, they're so happy and optimistic about it, and I'm like, you're screwed. It's the zombie apocalypse.
You're very lucky, Brett, that you graduated 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Because you got an actual graduation.
Did you sleep around a lot for those 2 years? Because now you're locked up.
Careful.
You know.
Dad's on.
I can answer honestly, no. Look, no. You see this? This took 20 years to perfect, not 17.
Oh man, I feel so bad
to get girls to look at me. You kidding me?
Oh, come on. He was very popular.
He seems very handsome.
I am now.
Chase, what about you? Where would you classify him? What grade would you give him in the looks department?
Oh, definitely a 10.
A 10.
Hey.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, just to be clear, how high does this scale go?
100
to 100. Yeah.
I've always said you're a good-looking young man.
I think he's very handsome.
True.
I mean, now I'm trying to be with the kids and flow and not be gay or straight, but I just keep going back to
not
straight. I can't help
that.
it. I kind of have I try to want to, find everything attractive, but I just can't do it, Bob. You know what I mean?
I do.
Bob?
I do.
I mean, I've tried to find Bob attractive. I've tried. I've looked at him.
He keeps sending me pictures at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, John, no, stop it.
Yeah, I love that concept of a guy trying to be more. Don't you think that's funny, Chase? Like
trying to flow.
be on this. Okay, so since you guys are both two different generations, Brett, this is for you, Brett. What generational gap does your when does that become a problem in the podcast?
Like every sentence, probably. Dad just doesn't say good things. He said, that sounds like a racist. He's not a racist.
What? No,
Thanks.
of course not. He's a good interviewer too. He did a good job with me, I thought.
He's very good.
And was very well prepared. Knew all
hey, can we actually
mute
Chase?
Okay.
No,
Well,
I mean,
keep
like,
talking.
he just
I was
says
interested.
phrases. He says, keep your powder dry, or he'll say,
keep your powder
dry.
dry.
That's probably the biggest, is he just says,
I got to see a man about a horse. I like that one.
Yes.
Oh, I sometimes say I got to burn a mule.
I haven't heard any of these.
Hey, I'll tell you, I can answer this one. I'll tell you when it becomes a problem. Is I book a lot of guests that I am very excited to talk to because they were big when I was growing up. Brett could care less about it, because he just doesn't know them. It's just
he's like, hey, we just got Sid Vicious on the podcast. I'm like, who the hell is Sid Vicious?
Well, he's dead. If you could get Sid Vicious, you guys would be touchdown.
It's the wrestler, Sid Vicious.
The wrestler. Do you know the musician Sid Vicious, Chase?
No.
Oh my God.
Brett, do I know the wrestler?
Brett, do you know who Sid Vicious is, the musician?
I'm going to say the word Sex Pistols.
Yes!
Yeah, nice.
I am kind of proud of that.
Your education
I'm going
is
to say
complete.
the word Sex Pistols.
He was the bass player for the Sex Pistols. And Sid and Nancy, great movie. I don't know if it holds up. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was a great movie when I watched it.
We had Stanley Livingston on, who played Chip on My Three Sons, and I was absolutely thrilled to get to talk to him. And Brett was like, "My three what?"
God, you are a boomer, Michael. That's a boomer reference.
Well, and John, you probably know this. We got cable in like '78. It's the first time we had cable. Up until then, we got 3 channels. And in '78, cable only consisted of like TBS and Chicago. That was cable. Well, TBS was showing all the the sitcoms from the 50s and 60s. So that's what I grew up on.
Right, me too.
That was like My Three Sons.
I remember my friend Scott Freiberg got cable and they got HBO, and the first movie I saw in it was the original Aliens, the first one.
Ooh.
And I must have been around 13, I guess. And man, that thing scared the living crap out of me.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie, Chase?
No.
Alien, the first one, Alien?
No.
No,
Come on.
don't see it.
We
Brett,
gotta have
have
a
you
movie
seen it?
night.
I've seen it. You kidding me?
Did it scare you? That thing jumping out onto your face? That's horrible. I still have nightmares about that. It's about an alien that jumps out and attaches to your face, Jace.
Oh,
Hey,
brother.
Yeah, for me, I snuck down stairs to watch this. Me and a buddy to watch this movie called Dress to Kill with Andy.
Michael
Right?
Caine.
And we're probably 10 years old, and there's a shower scene with the lady in there, and we're thinking this is the best thing that has ever happened to us.
Yeah.
And then that goes on for a few seconds, and then the woman gets her throat cut in the shower. I'm still having nightmares. It's 40 years later. I still can't get that out of my head.
Yeah, that is a scary. Isn't that Brian De Palma?
Yes.
It might be Brian De Palma.
It is.
Wow. And look, the two younger generations are just like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, how about Cat People? That was another one I snuck down to watch.
Oh, that's a good one.
Natasha Kinski.
What was your first scary movie, Chase? What was the movie that you look back on as like the scariest movie you've ever seen? This is going to be good.
Okay. Something just popped in my head and then it went away.
You're trying to push it out.
Yeah, maybe
really...
I kind of push it up. What's that movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer?
Where they're at the cabin and they all...
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yes!
Yes, that's the movie. That was my first scary movie. Around.
Oh my God. Didn't that come out like 2 years ago or something? How long ago did that come out?
I think I was in like 5th grade or middle school.
Yeah, that was scary.
What happened in it? Do you remember a particular scene that really terrified you?
No. You know what really terrified me actually was Matilda, the
This is the answer I was hoping for.
the principal. Oh.
What? I don't understand a word you're saying.
No. The principal in Matilda. The movie Matilda.
Matilda?
Matilda. It came out in like 96.
Oh, I was on drugs. I was busy.
She's a girl that has like... There's a Broadway musical about Matilda now. It's a big hit.
Matilda? Yeah, I know Matilda. It's a book. Yeah.
It's a book-turned movie.
Yeah, I know Matilda. I get it. Danny DeVito's in it.
Yeah, Danny DeVito's in it.
What does she do? What's her thing? What is Matilda all about? Is she a little girl?
She's a serial killer.
Wait.
She just has these magical powers, and the principal, her parents are very. It's not a scary movie. All I'm saying is the principal really scared me.
Why?
She would put the kids in the in like this chamber where there's like sharp nails coming out of it. So
Jesus.
Close it, and they'd be with nails inside of them.
Jesus.
The good old days.
God, yeah,
it was spooky.
That's a little freaky to me. That like reminds me of like Saw or Japanese anime porn. You know, where the principal always turns into some horrible creature that then has had. No, I'm the
what
only
channel
one.
were you watching?
Okay, don't Google Japanese anime porn.
It's amazing we were on the same wavelength, John.
Oh, Bob says the name was Trunchbull, Mrs. Trunchbull. Thank you, Bob. I couldn't find the word.
See, that's what you guys get with a fact checker.
But they think the same thing. They're scared of the principal. They won't watch the movie because she's scary for some reason.
We need a fact checker.
Scary to like little kids,
Yeah. Well, Brett, what was your scary movie?
Geez. Oh my gosh, what was my scary movie?
It's Alive. Did you see It's Alive? Michael, you know that one?
I know that one. Yeah.
First, probably the scariest thing I've ever seen was this movie called Epic Movie. You guys ever hear of it?
No.
No.
It's one of those like scary movie, superhero movie type sequels, like Naked Gun kind of thing.
Right.
That wasn't scary at all.
Yeah, well, there's like a spoof of Willy Wonka where he had these like chocolate peanut things, but they're made out of human testicles. Scared the hell out of me.
Oh my God! I ate Rocky Mountain oysters once, which are bull testicles.
Ooh.
Did you know that? They're deep fried bull testicles.
That's disgusting.
They're like a little.
But the part that scared me was when they're dipped in chocolate. That's just not right.
That's not right. But fried, you could fry a turd and it would taste okay. You know, deep fried anything. I'm telling you.
No, John, that is not true.
Well, this has been really fun, you guys. I mean, we're over. I don't know. Do you guys go an hour or do you go a half hour?
You know, we used to go till dawn, but we have learned to cut back. so we normally go around an hour.
Well, we usually end our podcast by asking each other what we're going to do this weekend, because it usually shows where we are, you know, in our generation. So would you guys be up for that?
Yeah.
Let's start with the youngest. Brett, what are you going to do this weekend?
Well, I just downloaded Red Dead Redemption 2 for the second time.
Oh my God. Are you playing it on the PS4?
I am.
Oh my God.
So I'll probably play some of that.
That sounds fun.
I'm downloading some mods on Skyrim. Not right now, of course.
I love Skyrim.
Right now. And I'll probably be doing that this weekend.
Playing video games. God bless you.
I might watch some Russian movies like Poltergeist or...
All right, don't Google Japanese animated porn. I'm telling you, don't do it.
Nah, man, you don't gotta.
Those people are free. It's freaky stuff. Chase, what are you doing?
Got a tattoo of some tentacles.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Chase?
Yeah, this weekend I'm hoping to get some good journaling in. I really want to journal and do yoga and set intentions.
Oh,
That's what I want to do. Is that very LA?
Yes, and I love it. Please journal so that we can read them on the podcast next week.
Okay.
Who wouldn't want to know what Chase is thinking? I think I could do
that. Okay.
Oh my God,
I just had a great idea for our podcast.
Chase, I think that's perfect for you. Need that, seriously.
Yeah. Oh God, I need a reset.
Yeah, she's been working her butt off.
Well, you would be. Oh no, I think Michael would be next in line.
Yeah, Michael's next.
Yes,
Michael.
not
what do you
the
got
oldest.
this weekend?
Wait. I don't know.
What year are you born?
73.
Oh yeah.
Bob, what do you got this weekend?
But I don't mean anything. I can go last.
No. You gotta go, Bob.
He's gonna play golf. I know that.
More golf. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go hang out with Wink Martindale, catch his early bird.
Nice.
Nice.
See if I can work on a tight 5 minutes with him.
Yeah, tight 5. Good. Get a tight 5. Everybody needs a tight 5. Michael?
My brother is in from Germany, so we will be hanging out by the pool this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Catching up a little bit. He's in for a month. He's haven't seen him since
what does he do in Germany?
He works for NSA and will not tell us what he is doing in Germany.
Whoa. God. Oh,
but we will try to find out.
Find out.
Well, because he gets very antsy and, twitchy when you start asking a lot of questions. So I always ask him questions.
Try this. Come with a gun and a silencer and say, hey, do you know how to screw this on? And just see if he does it really easily without looking. You'll be like, okay.
That's good.
Don't you think that's good? That's cool. Your brother's a spy. That's awesome. Yeah. I love that.
He's way cooler than I am.
Well,
he should be a guest on your podcast.
Yeah,
I know. He won't do it though. He won't. He's not on social media. He won't.
That's what's so annoying about spies. They don't tell all of their secrets.
They don't tell you what they're doing.
I would be the worst spy because I would tell I'd be like, you can't believe what I did today.
Oh my God.
What I'm up to, but I'm going to tell you. I'd tell everything.
I'd be so terrified to do it. If I got an assignment, I'd be like, I'm not choosing to take this assignment. No.
Pass.
I'd be so scared to sneak into something. No way. I am going to be hanging at home.
Okay.
Shocker.
Cooking for the kids. Nothing. I got absolutely nothing, Chase. Nothing.
How fun, honestly.
Well, it's good. Yeah, let's all enjoy our weekend. And you guys, this was really great.
Yeah, love this.
So we're going to put a link to your podcast in our, somehow, right, Chase? How do we do it?
I'm going to put it in the bio. So, the description, it'll be in the link below as you read the description of the podcast. And, and
we'll put a link to Japanese animated porn in there, too, just in case you're interested.
Brett, you're going to do that for us as well, right?
The porn? Yeah.
The link. No, we're like, Los Angeles has a sister city, Berlin. Berlin is our sister city. Los Angeles is so Too Opinionated is kind of like you guys are our sister podcast.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
I love it.
We've always wanted a sister.
Yay!
I have 2.
All right.
Yeah, you do.
You do. Well, thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Hey, hang on. We'll stick around and talk for a second.
Yeah.
We're going to
Sounds good.
end the podcast. Thanks,
all
everybody.
Right. Thank you.
Yep. See